So I look back on my life for years and I had my identity wrapped up as an athlete. As I navigated my way through college, I was starting to see a little bit of success in who I was as a baseball player. And the opportunity of playing professionally started to become more and more real. I graduated college in the heart of COVID. I was, trying to figure out, hey, what's this life going to look like? And it was looking like it was going to be a sure path, let alone that I was planning on getting engaged and married. So, this is kind of what I was planning around. COVID hits, our season gets canceled, and kind of took away my opportunity to play professional baseball. With my identity wrapped up in who I was as a baseball player, I was only going to feel fulfilled once I hit that goal of playing professional baseball. That was a very testing time for me. You're not what you achieve. You are who God says you are: a son, a leader, a steward. When your identity is in Christ, the pressure to prove yourself falls off your shoulders. You are listening to the Take a Step podcast, where we help young men reject complacency and take purposeful action every day. My name's Josh Johnston. Let's take a step. What's up, guys? On this edition of the Weekly Mile, we have got the Fall Summit. If you've ever hiked in the mountains, you know the feeling. You lock eyes on what looks like the peak. You tell yourself, that's it, that's the top, just a little further. With each step, the anticipation builds. You're ready to finally reach the top. But then you get there, and what do you find? Another even higher peak just beyond. That first peak, it was a fall summit. It's a gut punch. The celebration turns to exhaustion. Your legs are heavy, your breath is short, and now the real challenge stands before you. The question is, do you keep climbing or do you quit? This isn't just about hiking. This is life. A lot of us set goals, get the job, hit the six-figure mark, get married, buy the house, launch the business. We think that once we achieve that thing, we'll feel full, satisfied, secure. But just like the hiker who realizes the peak wasn't the final one, we often find that our victories feel incomplete. This happens in two ways. Outcome number one, you achieve the goal. Let's say you actually hit that milestone you've been grinding for. You get the job, you finish the degree, you make the money, but the closer you get, the more the shine fades. The satisfaction is fleeting, and now there's a bigger mountain in sight, one you couldn't see before. You thought reaching this goal would fulfill you, but now you're already asking what's next. This is the danger of performance-based identity. It's not that achievement is bad, far from it actually. We're called to work diligently, to pursue excellence. But when we root our identity in what we accomplish, we will always be hungry and never full. Even the greats feel this. Look at Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowl rings, MVP titles, fame, legacy. And yet in a famous interview by 60 Minutes, even he asked, there's got to be more to life than this, right? And I remember hearing this I was in awe because, this is the guy that any young football player aspires to be. And here's this guy that's interviewing, asking him, how did he do it? How has he, achieved the status in the National Football League? He's got the supermodel wife. He's got the dream life for anybody, any young football player at that time. And yet he's still sitting there saying there's got to be more to life than this. Hey guys, we'll jump right back into the conversation, but I want to give y'all a quick look into MMP Customs. They make all of the Take a Step apparel, and they are the official sponsor of the Take a Step podcast. Check them out.
Hey guys, I'm Nathan Mooney, co-owner of MMP Customs. We are a custom merchandise company specializing in screen printing and embroidery. If you're a business, band, school, or any other type of organization that needs custom merchandise, MMP Customs is the place. Whether you have a big apparel need for an event or need to outfit your company, we offer a no minimum guarantee and have never missed an approved deadline. At MMP Customs, you will experience the best customer service there is. Let our family outfit yours. Visit mmpcustoms.com. That's mmpcustoms.com.
So if he feels that void, what makes you think that your next milestone will be the thing that finally satisfies you? Outcome number 2, you fall short. Now let's flip it. You've been working hard for years. You've sacrificed, pushed yourself, and aimed high, but you miss the mark. The business fails. The promotion goes to someone else. The relationship ends. So what now? If your sense of worth was rooted in reaching the goal, the failure feels like it erased all the effort you put in. But here's the truth. That work, that growth, that discipline, none of it was wasted. The problem is that your sense of value was built on getting there instead of who you're becoming in the climb. And this is where the breakthrough happens. The Fall Summit exposes where we've placed our identity. So I look back on my life for years, and I had my identity wrapped up as an athlete. Baseball was everything I identified with from my childhood into high school, even all the way through college. And I was somebody who, as I navigated my way through college, I was starting to see a little bit of success in who I was as a baseball player. And the opportunity of playing professionally started to become more and more real. And for me, I graduated college in the heart of COVID. There's so many different factors that, played into that, and people experience the hardships of COVID in so many different ways. But for me, I was going to the professional workouts. I had scouts come into my games, and I was, trying to figure out, hey, what's this life going to look like? And it was looking like it was going to be a sure path, let alone that I was planning on getting engaged and married. So, this is kind of what I was planning around was, how I'm going to navigate being a professional baseball player, what that's going to look like. COVID hits, our season gets canceled. The draft gets cut from 40 to 5 rounds. There's no minor league season. There almost wasn't even an MLB season that year. They played 60 games. But long story short, anyone coming out of a smaller college really kind of just hurt their chances and kind of took away my opportunity to play professional baseball. And with my identity wrapped up in who I was as a baseball player, and thinking that, I was only going to be, I was only going to feel fulfilled once I hit that goal of playing professional baseball. That was a very testing time for me. So when it comes to the second outcome of you fall short and it makes you feel like everything you did wasn't worth it, I fully resonate with that because that was my life when it came to how I identified as a baseball player. So if our identity is built on what we achieve, we're on shaky ground. Because whether you hit the goal or fall short, the emptiness comes either way. That's why Jesus' words in Matthew 7 hit so hard. He says, the wise man builds his house on the rock, not on success, not on applause, not on Instagram followers or business metrics, on the unchanging, immovable truth of his victory on the cross. That's the only peak that holds. Everything else is a false summit. So when the peak you were aiming for turns out to be a false summit, you have a choice. Turn around and quit or keep climbing, but with a different mindset, a different set of beliefs. Here are a couple of beliefs just to kind of help you get kickstarted. Shift your focus from outcome to identity. You're not what you achieve. You are who God says you are, a son, a leader, a steward. When your identity is in Christ, the pressure to prove yourself falls off your shoulders. Find meaning in the process. Every mile you walk builds something in you. Grit, humility, patience, leadership. Stop only measuring the finish line. Celebrate the steps. Surround yourself with brothers who are also climbing. You weren't made to walk alone. When you hit the false summit and feel the weight of the discouragement, the brotherhood pulls you back up. And to be honest, that's why Take a Step exists. To surround yourself with a tribe of men who refuse to quit and want to grow collectively. Anchor your heart on eternity. No peak in this life, no matter how high, will ever compare to the hope we have in Christ. That doesn't mean you stop striving. It means your striving isn't about earning value. It's about honoring the one who already gave it to you. So with that in mind, fix your mind on these beliefs and let's take a step. Here's some next steps for you to consider. And just to tee it up for you, what's one false summit you've been chasing? Write it down, then ask yourself these questions. Why'd I want it so badly? Was I looking for significance or validation in that goal? How would I climb differently if I wasn't trying to prove anything? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Take a Step podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave a rating or a review on whichever platform you're listening. And if you know somebody that would find value in this message of finding your identity in something that's firm, something that's unchanging, so that we're not left unfulfilled by either reaching our goal and it not being what we thought, or not reaching our goal and thinking that, everything we did wasn't worth it. If you know somebody that would find value in that, go ahead and share it with them or even post it on your story, tag Take a Step. I'd love to repost it so that we can continue growing this community and building the audience and having a greater impact. So no matter where you are on your growth journey, every mile begins with a step. We'll talk to you in the next episode.